Good afternoon, everyone. You are looking live at Student Legacy Park here on the beautiful campus of Oregon State University for today's MCLA lacrosse action on LAX TV, where we are changing the way you follow lacrosse. Today's action brought to you by the folks at Bigfoot Lacrosse. Serving Oregon and the Northwest lacrosse community since 2001, at Bigfoot Lacrosse, lacrosse is personal, not seasonal. Keep it personal. Shop outside the box. Today's action also brought to you by the folks at Epic Lacrosse. Epic Lacrosse delivers the finest manufactured lacrosse equipment designed to increase playability and maximize performance by using world-class materials and techniques. Developed in collaboration with True Temper Sports, Epic shafts are made from the highest grade materials available. They have tested and retested each design to ensure durability, playability, and performance are optimized. Their goal is simple: to give the player every opportunity to reach their true potential. Epic Lacrosse. Live, play, be. Welcome into the MCLA action today, folks. My name is John Stevens. Happy to be joined by Chris Curtis once again from the Western Oregon University for today's matchup between the number 20 ranked Oregon State Beavers hosting Chico State Wildcats. Chris, we've got quite a matchup of interconference foes today with the WCLL Wildcats coming to town to meet the PNCLA Beavers. What do you know about today's matchup for us?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, John. Another kind of repeat like last week. The PNCLL hosting another good WCLL team. Looking at Chico State, obviously the first thing that kind of jumps off the page here, a very small rostered and very young team. You got 13 freshmen on this team of only 24, so you're looking at 71% of their team is underclassmen. They're definitely taking a tough slate coming through the WCLL. A lot of those games, I don't know if they get the choice to do it, but they're not shying away, especially making the trip up north here. Right. Coming into this weekend, they were 1-3. Last night, they did fall to the Ducks, 13-8. And so coming into this game 1-4 with some tough games on their slate. So it should be an interesting game today. Definitely a good final test for them before they kind of jump into their WCLL grind.
And we noticed that last week when we had the Sonoma State game. And folks, unfortunately, those of you that turned in last week, we apologize once again. We did have a snafu with the agreement with the university, but we are guaranteed we're a full go today. So we're going to bring you 4 full quarters of great MCLA action. And mentioning that schedule for Chico State real quick, we looked at their 11-game schedule. 6 of those games are against top 25 opponents, with 7 of those games starting last night against Oregon. 5 of those were top 25 opponents and 4 of those on the road. So these WCLL clubs this year really going through the gauntlet of the schedules. So the teams are out front right now getting a quick lineup. We see the Chico State schedule on the screen there. Now we look at the Oregon State schedule. Now Oregon State having their best season in a number of years, if not ever. First time ranked in the top 20 in the MCLA rankings this week. They come in on a 6-game winning streak with last night's 21-11 win over UW here at Oregon State. Biggest win was last Sunday, that game against Sonoma State. The Beavers found themselves down 3-0 off 3 shots to start the game, and then Nick Widmer woke up and got hot. Nick shut the door, kept the Seawolves scoreless for the second and third quarters entirely, and it was late in the game when Sonoma put on a good push but were unable to catch the Beavers, and it was a signature win for Oregon State last week. So right now, quick look at the starting lineups. Chris, why don't you walk us through Chico State?
All right, coming in for Chico in the Cardinal today. At attack, number 8, John Bruni. Number 29, Jordan Myers. Number 35, Matt Schweppe. Out of the midfield, number 4, Curtis Bowden. Number 10, Matthew Jordan. And number 24, Ryan Seidel. On the defensive end, number 2, Mike Peck. Number 5, Frankie Cuneo. Number 27, Greg Kurth. And as the backstop for the goalie today, number 1, Micah Yeldezinian.
Yaldezian? I'm going to go with Yaldezian.
Yeah, Yaldezian. Okay. Yeah.
Mike, a freshman goalie, coming in with a 59% save average, 9.3 goals against, averaging 13.3 saves a game, so doing quite a job for the Wildcats this year. So off the opening face, the Beavers come up with it, and right away, the quick shot, that was leading scorer. Ryan Squires putting a goal on the pipe to start right off, where number 15, Michael Carpenter had scooped up that face-off and got that ball quickly down to Squires for the first shot of the game. Ben Dill with the ball quickly to Squires at X. Keep your eye on Ben Dill, big scorer from Sunset High School, sophomore for the Beavers this year. And the second shot of the game right there, bounce shot low, beats Yaldezian on the stick side for the first goal. Looks like that was number 29 on the goal. Thank you from the Beaver fans. That was Spencer Rottenberg getting back on the scoreboard after a big game against Sonoma State. A week ago, the freshman put himself on the map with, I believe, a 4-goal performance against Sonoma, and gets the Beavers started today. And while we've got a moment before this face-off, we'll take a quick look at the Beavers lineup.
So for the Beavers starting to attack, what we just saw there, number 16, Ryan Squires, along with number 28, Ben Dill, the other sharpshooter goal finder. Number 30, Riley Stevens rounds out the attack. In the midfield, number 9, Adrian McCallalad. Number 21, Colin Kaczynski, back from injury in the Sonoma game. Number 36, Ryan Herron. On the defense, Hayden McClellan. Number 15, Ryan Carpenter. Number 33, Roy Jarman. And then the backstop, number 12, Nick Widmer.
All right, back to the live action. Off that face-off, number 4 for Chico won the face-off. Number 4, Curtis Bowden. But there was a turnover, and the Beavers able to regain possession at midfield, looking to clear the ball, but quickly the attack rides hard and gets the ball dislodged. Loose ball scrum that the Wildcats come up with, redirected to their goalie, into their defensive end to settle things down. That's number 10. Matthew Jordan with the ball, sophomore LSM from Chico. Chico into the offensive end for the second time in the afternoon. Looks like Kyle Brown moving the ball behind at X. He's going to set up his dodge to his left, gets GLE, turns the corner, tries to beat Widmer low. I think Widmer was there on the save for the first shot of the day against the Beavers goalie. Loose ball. Bowden comes up with the ball. And we've got to check the, I believe Herron again is changed to number 36. We apologize, we still have him down as 32, so there was a brief delay in trying to figure out who had the ball there. But he's able to move over midfield before he's taken down. Ball loose. Still loose. No one seems to be able to come up with it yet. Still kicking it back and forth, and finally the Beavers come away with it, where it looks like Squires was able to scoop that up, but it is a failure to advance, unable to get the ball into their offensive box in the allotted time. So a quick turnover to Chico State, and the new rules this year. We're right back to the action, where number 25, Kyle Brown, big midi from Chico, takes the hit from Squires, moves the ball up midfield, where we're off to number 3, Eduardo Olmos, settles things down. Quick whistle, Chico quickly into the game at 12:35, decides to call their first timeout of the afternoon. So we're going to stay right here during this break. So Chris, right now we've seen what you expect to start the game, a little bit sloppy play, balls on the ground a lot as the teams get their feet under them. And after that big hit at midfield, I'm watching Ryan Squires make his way over to the huddle, and he's a little bit slow. I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him. That's something we're going to watch as the game goes on, because Ryan comes into the game as the #1 assist leader in the PNCLL at this time, #1 scorer in points for Oregon State with 14 goals and 23 assists on the season for 37 points. Okay, folks, we are going to take a moment right now to take a break. You're watching the MCLA Lacrosse on Lax TV.
Kaz, you like lacrosse?
Hell yeah.
Well, I love lacrosse. That's why you should keep it here on Lax TV. Check out our new show called Bull Dodge.
And check us out on Twitter at @bull_dodge.
See you over there.
Our newest sponsor is SportsBoard, creators of the iPad and iPhone-based player assessment solutions that are used for recruiting, season, and camp activities. SportsBoard's revolutionary paperless system is used by over 60 men's and women's college programs, is being adopted by club and high school teams. For more information, go to sportsboard-win.com.
And welcome back, folks, to Oregon State University, where the Chico State Wildcats are visiting the Oregon State Beavers. 12:35 approximately left in the first quarter here, with the score 1-0, Oregon State. Beavers with their second shot of the afternoon. That was almost putting the shot low on Widmer. Was able to get his stick low and gobble that shot up. Second save of the day. Widmer with a nice outlet pass to midfield, where Roy Jarman takes the ball over midfield, quickly dumps it off to McCallalad. Adrian's got to step in the box, which he does. Gets possession for the Beavers. Beavers making some substitutions through the box, where Leo Burby comes in, the sophomore midi from Central Catholic up in Portland. Burby moving to his right. He's got Squires on the left side of the cage at GLE. Back up top to Burby. Burby over to Tanner Ploger out of Tualatin. Burby with the shot. Misses wide. McCallalad backs that shot up. Ball's going to stay at X with the Beavers. Cowlad finds Squires. Beavers moving the ball up top. Burby sets up his dodge, breaks to his right, right-handed, looks to the crease, tries to find Ben Dill, but Squires backs up the pass. We're back up top for the shot. Good save by Micah in goal. Yaldizian makes a good shot on the ripper from Tanner Ploger. Makes his first save of the afternoon for the Wildcats. It's scrum at midfield. We've got a dislodged ball, no push, so that's going right back the other way with the Beavers quickly into the offensive end. Looks like Ben Dill's going to take the ball behind. Ben swim dodge over his defenseman, gets some GLE. Another nice high save. Oh, but the rebound went back towards the goal, but the goalie's able to dive back in and make a miraculous stop on that rebound. So you got to give Yaldizian 2 saves on that opportunity. And now Frankie Cuneo, number 5. Cuneo, a 2012 first-team WCLL defenseman for the Wildcats. Almost again with the ball. Gets it back down to Matt Schwepp. We're around again to Bowden, who takes it up top. So that was Ryan Seidel with the ball. Ball's at X. Bowden to Widmer's left, back up top. Go to the right-hand dodge on the split. Shot just over the crossbar, but backed up by number 29. That's Jordan Myers behind the goal, the junior attackman. Comes into the game with 2 goals and 6 assists on the year. He turns the corner, able to get a nice shot with very low angle, just puts it by the ear of Widmer for the Wildcats' first goal of the game here at 9:50 left in the first quarter to tie things up. That's a pretty goal.
Yeah, just a great individual effort there by Jordan Myers. Looking at the replay here, Jordan Myers just gets that step and then just gets just enough room and yeah, just tucks it right into the upper corner there.
Just a couple yards away. Too close, too fast for Widmer to get that stick up there. So we're going to face it off with 9:50 left. Looks like we've got Ryan Herron back out for the face. And that's probably going to be number 4, Curtis Bowden. Curtis out of Los Lomos High School in Walnut Creek, California. Comes in at 25 out of 47, 53% face-off winner on the year, but he loses that one cleanly to Herron. Herron's going to touch it in, or he's going to look. Squires was behind goal, turns back around to his left, gets a step on his defender, but number 27 doing a nice job of keeping that one-handed cradle going, unable to get 2 hands on that stick, puts a rolling shot past the crease, which ends up in Ben Dill's stick. Ben playing cat and mouse at X, able to get the feed up top to McCallowlad. Adrian thinks about a shot for a second, then wisely pulls it out, settles things down. So Bowden will match up with McCallowlad on the right side of the goalie, going down the left alley, taking the ball around behind the cage, where we've got Spencer Rottenberg up top with Reed Oliver. Switching their positions on the cuts. Reed comes to the top right, back up top to Herron. Herron rolls back to his right, right-handed, wants the shot, gets through the double team and dumps the ball off to Dill, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, that was Rottenberg. But Dill's on the crease, gets the nice feed and able to quickly turn that ball back the other direction before Yaldizian can turn around for the goal number 2 for Oregon State today at 8:45 in the first quarter.
That's just too easy there, John. You know, Squires, you're going to leave him room on the X there. He's just going to pick him apart. Look at that. Just a beautiful feed. Defense looks like they were all ball watching on Squires.
Well, it looked like Bowden was turning his head a little bit to make sure everyone was covered and calling out some numbers. And while he did so, Dill wisely saw the opportunity to just take a half step to his left. Wide open for the quick feed to the middle. So we're back up to the face-off. We're quickly, number 29, Rottenberg, freshman midi from Lincoln, scoops up that loose ball. Beavers once again on offense. Squires up top. Rottenberg will pull the ball back. Spencer waits for number 15, Carpenter, the LSM, to get off the field and make way for Reed Oliver. Oliver enters in, takes his position on the crease, while Squire swings the ball over to Dill, back up to Rottenberg, where Jansen Levin, another freshman midi out of Jesuit High School in Portland, takes the dodge to his right, rolls back to his left, where Rottenberg's got some room, to plant his feet and step into that one. And the 3-time state champion from Lincoln High School in Portland puts number 2 up on the day for the Beavers. So 8:03 left in the game. Chris, you'll take a quick look at that shot.
Absolutely. Not much you can do there. Rotenberg just getting a great look. Just putting it nice, off hip.
Great placement. Off stick, just below the shoulder. That's a tough save for the goalie. All right, we've got a new Oregon State. Interesting this year. They've got a platoon of face-off players, and all of them are freshmen this year. So that was Jansen Levin, who we just mentioned, out from the Beavers for that face-off. Ball still loose. Got a call behind the play. Loose ball push. We're going to stay here with Oregon State. And we've got a minute here. Give you a quick rundown of our referees today. Head referee Mike Wadsworth. Our umpire is Craig Poole. And our field judge today is Bob Weir. So once again, Squires behind the cage. Moves to GLE to the left. Moves the ball up top where Tanner Ploger out of Tualatin. Passes off to Burby. Burby on the left-handed dodge. Notices that his defenseman drops the stick on that and redodges wisely. Comes back at the player while he's picking up his stick. Gets basically a free walk into the cage and puts an in-close shot on Yaldizian for goal number 4. Beats the goalie low on close-in shot.
Yeah, just a really heads-up play here by Burby. Takes the pain and then just finishes it low and away.
And it looked like Jordan Matthew quickly went to pick up his stick, then thought about playing him without his stick, then realized he can't do that. Yeah. It's not indoor. Have to go pick that stick back up before you can play again. Unfortunately, the Wildcats unable to recoup and make that slide on the wise redodge in the goal. So Levin up with a clean flip to himself on the faceoff. McCallad once again gets the ball back to Squires, who makes a nice catch on the feed.
So that's 3 really quick there, John, for the Beavers to really kind of put some pressure on the Wildcats here.
Definitely. Making that 4-1 lead for the Beavers. Still halfway through the first quarter here. So Burby's going to start the play up top, off to his right. Looks back to his left where he'll find Ploger. Squires returns the ball up top. Looks like Levin's going to take a run. Starts left-handed. Stays on his left. Rolls back. Tries to make the pass back to Ploger, but defensed nicely by Curtis Bowden. He's able to get his stick in the passing lane, deflect that pass, but the Beavers get the ball back on the tip. So Levin, once again, right-handed, breaks to his left, rolls back to his right. Had a chance to wind up and let that one go, but a nice late poke check dislodges the ball. Puts the ball on the turf where Chico State's able to pick that loose ball up. That's Frankie Cuneo once again. Frankie taking his time as he moves up on the clear, returns the ball to Yaldizian, who walks it up, looking for those middies to come open. Tries to feed it in on a tight pass to a middy who is pretty well covered. Passes behind, ball rolls out of bounds. It's going to be the Beavers' ball, but they've got to clear it now over midfield. See what kind of ride Chico State's able to put on them. Reed Oliver wisely comes back, helps out his long pull. He's got plenty of room to run here for the near corner. Able to step over midfield. Steps it in the box and gets the ball to Squires at X. Cuneo able to keep up with Squires. Squires had a corner on him, able to stop and give it up. Gets the ball to Oliver. Partly cloudy day today here in Oregon. A little bit cool, but supposed to be a dry day, maybe a passing shower or two. And I think one of those showers is just about starting to arrive as a little bit of rain comes down. But we're from Oregon. We're used to it. Ball up top. Heron. Good defense. That was Cuneo right there on the pass. And the Beavers unable to get that ball before it rolls out of bounds. So we're going to go back to the Wildcats. Cuneo on the clear here on the near sideline. Looking for that midfield to open up. Beavers doing a good job of staying with their men. Everybody's covered. He's got to redirect. Swings the ball over to Matthew Jordan, who gets the ball to midfield, but That was number 24, met hard. Ryan Siddell met hard by the Beavers, who dislodged the ball. And once again, that's Big Ben Dill coming down the left side there, number 28. Turns the corner, gets past his man, puts a one-handed shot on the goalie. Stylish goal by number 28, Ben Dill, for the Beavers at 4:34 left in the first. Ben doing a nice job at changing speeds there, turning the corner on his defenseman. Gets in close, which is about the only way you can make that one-handed shot. But the 6'3" attackman able to get the job done. So it's all Beavers here to start the game. Here, 4:34 left in the first quarter. Levin on the faceoff, wins it once again. Gets the ball to Squires, back to McCallowlad. Off to Dill. Oh, Levin was jumping up and down looking for that pass. He was wide open. Ben was looking towards the sideline to see who was subbing in. Missed the opportunity for another shot. Rottenberg with the ball off to Levin. A couple freshmen from the Portland area. Dill with the ball, left side GLE back to McCallowlad. Off to Squires. Number 11 enters the game today for Oregon State. We're going to have to get a, pardon me, that's not number 11? No, shielded here. I'm sorry, that's number 41. That's Jamie Squires. That is Ryan's younger brother, the freshman out of West Lynn, getting a run today. Had a chance to coach Jamie in high school. Great athlete, loves lacrosse. One of those players that works hard every second he's out on the field. Good addition for the Beavers. Happy to see him getting his first run this young season. Got a stoppage of play. Oh. Sorry, missed that call, but it's a turnover to Chico. Once again, Cuneo brings it up. He wanted his midi right here, but able to find Bowden cutting across. Rottenberg meets him, but Bowden able to get the ball into the offensive end, makes a charge at the goal, makes a nice cross-crease pass where number 29, Jordan Myers, will slow things down for Chico. As they work the ball around, get some fresh legs in, and almost enters the field. Matt Schwepp moving the ball up to the left side. Where almost will take the drive to the left. Left-handed, rolls back to his right. Looks like he's going to redodge, determined to get that shot off. Does a nice job in traffic of protecting his stick. Didn't think he would get it through there, but really protected his stick well. Got himself into the middle of the crease and put a real close bounce shot in on Widmer to make that a 5-2 game with 2:51 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, John, just taking a look at this, you know, almost like you were kind of saying, just wasn't going to be denied here. Just determined to get in. Finally can break past his man, gets into some open space here. No real slide comes, and, you know, he's able to put that by Widmer pretty easily once you get in that close.
Yeah, Widmer needs a little help on his defenseman once in a while. He's an outstanding goalie, but you're asking a lot of your goalie to let a guy run in 8 yards in front, take a bounce shot. So back to the action. Loose ball. Dill slaps that ball to his right, looking for a little hockey action, but unable to come up with it. Where number 27 scoops that up. That's Greg Kurth, sophomore LSM out of the San Diego area. Somehow, acrobatically, Ryan Seidel somersaults and rolls his way out of 3 Beavers to come up with that ball. Maintain possession for the Wildcats, where the ball is sent behind to Jordan Myers. Myers working through X, passes the ball up top. Kyle Brown with the ball. Brown finds Cooper Wills. And Cooper's another of these freshmen from Chico. Big shot from outside. Widmer's got all day to watch that. That's not going to beat Widmer. Nice save by Nick. We're saying that one of these many freshmen for Chico, Cooper Wills, is the leading scorer for the Wildcats this year. Number 9, 7 goals, 2 assists on the year. Widmer with the ball, looking for an open, tries to force it into Reed Oliver, unable to make the bounce pass. And Chico once again coming back the other direction, moving from our left to right. Cooper Wills, who we just mentioned, gets the ball behind, where John Bruni, another of the freshmen, will move the ball around. Just about 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Chico looking to make it a 2-goal game before the end of this quarter. 57 seconds left. It's going to be Matt Schwepp with the ball. Redirects it up front to Cooper. Cooper's going to break to his right. Gets his hands free. He's going to let that shot go low. Real nice save. Good job by Widmer to track that all the way, low to low, off stick. Does a good job of kicking that foot out, swinging his stick down and making the stop. 37 seconds left. Widmer off to number 30. It's Riley Stevens on the clear. Riley, a senior defenseman, another player from the Portland area out of Liberty. Reed Oliver steps it in for the Beavers. 24 seconds left in the quarter. Oliver at X, quick feed. Dill with the nice B to B behind the back try. He had no angle coming across on that lefty, so he goes B to B to increase his angle, try and get that out. And Oregon State decides before the end of that quarter they want one more shot. And 14 seconds left in the first. We are going to take a quick timeout here in MCLA on Lax TV.
Hi, I'm Andy Jolly.
Dave Wakefield.
Clarkson with Davenport University on campus, and you're watching Lax TV.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Kaz, you like lacrosse?
Hell yeah.
Well, I love lacrosse. That's why you should keep it here on Lax TV. Check out our new show called Bull Dodge.
And check us out on Twitter at @bull_dodge.
See you over there.
Welcome back, everyone. Enjoying MCLA Lacrosse on Lax TV. Don't forget to stay with us at halftime for our Bulldodge MCLA Division I Power Rankings with Ryan and Casimir. Back to the action. We give them the referees the thumbs up that we're back on air. They can restart the game for us. So Squire's going to come in at X with 14 seconds left and a 5-2 lead. Beaver's going to try and pump one in before the end of the quarter. Real quick, Rotenberg going to take his man one-on-one. Drives to his right. He's got some space if he gets his hands free, but the slide comes, met well, but he turns around and feeds the ball back to Burby, who puts a nice shot on, but an equally nice save by Aldezian with the clock running out as the Wildcats moving over midfield. Just before the shot was the whistle, so we are at the end of the first quarter with the Oregon State Beavers leading the Chico State Wildcats by a score of 5-2.
At the end of the first quarter, 2 for the Chico State Wildcats, 5 for the
And you are enjoying the MCLA action here on Lax TV. With the end of the first quarter here, we're going to take a break, but don't forget to come right back.
Hi, I'm Bill Harkins, and I'm the head men's lacrosse coach at Florida State University, and you're watching this game on Lax TV.
Our newest sponsor is SportsBoard, creators of the iPad and iPhone-based player assessment solutions that are used for recruiting, season, and camp activities. SportsBoard's revolutionary paperless system is used by over 60 men's and women's college programs, is being adopted by club and high school teams. For more information, go to sportsboard-win.com.
Kaz, you like lacrosse?
Hell yeah.
Well, I love lacrosse. That's why you should keep it here on Lax TV. Check out our new show called Bull Dodge.
And check us out on Twitter at @bull_dodge.
See you over there.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
And welcome back once again, everyone. Oregon State University hosting Chico State here in the MCLA action on a fine St. Patrick's Day Sunday afternoon. And I'll selfishly take a moment here while I have the opportunity to wish my mother a happy birthday who's listening back in Rochester, New York. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you. Thank you for buying my first lacrosse stick some 30-plus years ago. No idea it was going to lead to this, did we? All right, so off for the face-off here to start the second quarter. 5-2 Beavers. Heron off of the face. Looks like that was number 15, Jack Peterson, taking that draw for the Wildcats, who are able to come up with that face-off win. Get the ball quickly down to number 29, Jordan Myers with the ball. Jordan will look back to number 8, who's behind the cage. John Bruni look to move the ball to the other side, where Matt Schwepp rolls to his right, who's defensed well. Looks like that's number 33, Roy Jarman, freshman out of Lake Ridge, another strong program from the Portland area. The Wildcats moving the ball around, giving everybody a touch, setting up their offense. Looks like number 7, Robbie Blethen, will take the drive to his left. Wants the feed to the crease attackman, coming up from behind the cage, unable to make that catch. Ball rolls out of bounds, where number 14, Hayden McClellan, will bring the ball upfield for the Beavers. Hayden out of the Westland program, as are the Squires brothers for the Beavers. Right now, wants to redirect that ball to his goalie, where Widmer looks upfield, where Carpenter's unable to get that pass, and waiting right behind him are the Wildcats, who bring the ball back over into Oregon State's defensive end. Cooper Wills will take the ball down the right side, move the ball behind the cage, where number 29, Jordan Myers, will pass the ball off to Schwepp. Schwepp, ball dislodged with a great check there from Roy Jarman. Blethen gets around number 20, gets his hands free on the right side, looks to the crease on a great cut. Real nice cut there from Cooper Wills, coming from the right side of Widmer, sneaking himself into the crease to catch a perfectly timed pass, but Widmer was there on the doorstep to catch that quick give-and-go shot. And the Beavers, in the meantime, have gotten the ball to Squires down in their offensive end, where he will redirect the ball to Ben Dill. Dill looks up top to Oliver. LSM trying to sub off the field. Carpenter goes, then comes back and changes direction once again, heads for the box. Rotenberg steps on. Dill takes his man wide, drives down GLE, knocked down on the drive. Ball's loose. Great job by the first team WCLL defenseman Cuneo. Scooped that ball up, redirected to his goalie, set up the clear. But an equally good job by Squires, doing a great job on the ride. Knocking the ball loose and out of bounds. That's out of Chico's stick. That ball's going to go over to the Beavers on the great riding effort by Squires. Squires then draws the penalty on the drive to the cage, and as he does, the magic assist man finds McCallalad sitting all alone up top, who fires goal number 6 in for the Beavers at 12:06 in the second quarter. So with the flag down, we'll see if that's waved off with the goal. Looks like it might have been, but we'll double check on that for you. Yep, referees are giving the waved off signal, so we're going to start even, 10-on-10 on the face.
Yeah, John, that just looked like that was an interference call where he was just playing within 5 yards on the restart. You got to, with the new rules in place now, you got to give him 5 yards before you can play him, just to kind of speed the game up a bit.
A lot of the new rules, a lot of people happy with the changing the pace of play in the game. No horns, no sideline horns, so middies are forced to play offensive defense the way we used to back in the day. The game starts and stops much faster. Big hit there where McClellan meets number 24, Seidel, as he was just receiving that pass, a perfectly timed hit. But we do have a flag down in the interim. It's going to be against the Beavers, so a free possession here for the Wildcats is number 29. Myers turns the corner, runs into traffic. The Beavers scoop that up. We'll get a stoppage of play. We got a call, number 14, McClellan, with a trip. So for the first time today, the Wildcats will find themselves on the EMO, facing a 6-2 deficit with 11:33 left in the second quarter here at Oregon State. They've had some good looks on Widmer. He's been up to the task, so see if they can get another good look at him on this EMO opportunity. So we'll start out with Cooper Wills on the right side of the keeper. Gonna send the ball up top to Brown. Brown to Myers, off to Bowden. Wildcats happy to move it back up top a couple times, set things up. Get some players cutting through the middle as they set up their EMO play, trying to get some hands free, but that pass knocked down by number 4, Andrew Dirks, the senior defenseman out of Hood River, Oregon. Does a nice job, and Widmer, knowing that they're a man down, heaves the ball on a great midfield pass. Oh my God, what a great midfield pass from Widmer to midfield. Ball was knocked loose there, but that was Jamie Squires
41.
Who got the pass forward. Let's take a look at that replay because I didn't see who ended up with that, swatting that ball. So Squires.
To Squires.
Squires to Squires. Wonder if that's the first time this year we've seen brother to brother. But Ryan didn't give up on that ball after it hit the ground and just kind of gave it a little Gretzky action, slapped it into the net while Yodizian was trying to get down himself to get that loose ball. So a bit of a bad break, but turns into a good break for the Beavers. But there's no pictures on the scorecard. If it goes in the goal, it counts. So 7-2, 10:57 left in the second quarter. Got Ryan Pohr here, the LSM on the near side, out for the Beavers on that face-off. Levin loses that face-off to the Wildcats. Looks like that was number 27, Greg Kurth, coming up with the ball. Gets the ball off to Olmos. Olmos looks like he's going to wind up, but passes the ball off to the leading scorer, Wills, who fires wide right of Widmer in goal, backed up by the Wildcats, where number 29 is going to be bringing that in, Jordan Myers. Jordan joined by Kyle Brown, number 25. Got Olmos at midfield, who called for the ball and gets it. Looks like he wants his right-handed dodge met by Levin. Slide comes out of the middle, double team. Levin returns to the middle, slides all the way over to the shooter. Again, that's Kyle Brown with the ball. A lot of the offense going through number 4, Bowden here for the Wildcats, and a shot high to high for Widmer on the run. Easy stop for Nick, who puts the clearing pass up to midfield, but no one can come up with it cleanly. So it's going to be a fight between Squires and McCallad, able to come up with that loose ball. Chased down by Mike Peck. Peck staying after McCallad. McCallad switching hands, going to his right. Fakes the pass, where he finds Squires at X. Squires met by Cuneo. Cuneo goes over the top of the head, misses. Risky check, and if you miss, you got problems. And right now, McCallad free in front of the goal, but nice recovery and good check there by number 27, Greg Kurth. Dislodged the ball from McCallad. Quickly, the ball's up to Olmos, who's over midfield, into some traffic, but gets his way out. Where Schwepp is going to get the ball back to, once again, number 29, Jordan Myers, excuse me. So we've got a flag down call. Once again, going to be on the Beavers, giving the Wildcats a free opportunity at a goal. Bruni at X. Gets the ball to Schwepp. Schwepp up top. We've got number 36 in the game for the first time, Blake Brasseau. So Myers takes the ball at X, where he's defensed by Riley Stevens. Riley matches him at X. Rolls back to his right. Tries to turn the corner. Puts a nice shot on in close there, but bounces it just high over the goal. But the Wildcats maintain possession, backing that shot up. On the drive, the left-handed bounce shot beats Widmer. That's Blake Brousseau, we mentioned just into the game. Another one of the many freshmen from Pleasant Valley High School in Chico, California. So local player putting up a point for Chico State to make the score 3-2. Excuse me. It's 3 for Chico State and 7 for the Beavers. 8:19 left here in the second quarter.
And the flag was waved off there, John. Looks like it was just an illegal substitution on the Beavers. So another 30-second that's going to get waved off with the goal.
So we've got, let's see, Burby and Poor out on the wings for Oregon State, along with Seidel, and that was number 27 on the far side, Greg Kurth. But Levin able to come up with that faceoff, gets it off to Burby. He's going to redirect it to Levin. Ben Dill to the goalie's left, will look behind to Squires. Levin with the ball up top as Tanner Ploger enters the game again for the Beavers. He's going to break to his right. Levin on his right. Levin's got a left hand as well. Tries to feed through the defense where Burby was open. Tip pass gets to Squires, who gets the ball to McCallowlad, back up to the top, who redirects it to Dill. Now we're back up top with Burby. Left-handed crank. Bounces it just wide. Backed up nicely by Dill. Beavers doing a good job moving the ball, keeping a solid possession, Chris.
Yeah, they're getting some really good movement out there, John.
Got a hold on that. Ben Dill taking advantage of that 6'3" frame, swimming over the defenseman. All the defenseman could do on that one was try and hold him up, draw the holding penalty, so we're going to have the Beavers on their first EMO of the afternoon. Probably a 30-second hold penalty. And I think that was on number 10. If I saw that correctly, we'll double check that for you.
Yeah, Dill just did a really good job with that swim move, getting into the chest of his defender, and the defender kind of got caught up into it, and Dill earns the penalty for it.
We're going to take the penalty and instead of giving up that easy goal. All right, so we're starting off with the MO here. Ben Dill on the top left. Moves the ball to Heron, off to Oliver. McCallowlad and Squires join Dill and number 22 on the man up. It's Quentin Berger into the game on the EMO, but we got a loose ball. Cuneo tries a flip, but he's got to hustle and get back in because right now that EMO is down another man until he gets back in. And then Berger hustling back in, loses his feet, but able to recover, get himself set. McCallowlad, nice check, beautifully timed. Cuneo makes that ball dislodge on the pass, and the Wildcats on a big hustle play by number 25. That was a great job by Kyle Brown running the length of the field on that clear. Puts a shot on Widmer, but Nick there once again to redirect it, and we are immediately back in the offensive end for Oregon State. And the ball once again back in Squires' stick at X. Dill takes a very low angle shot past the Aldesian, but the Beavers able to back that shot up on the far sideline and maintain possession. Looks like Berger will bring the ball in from the far side, where he finds Rotenberg. Squires rolls back to his position behind the cage, left-handed. Met by Mike Peck. Peck keeps track with him on the nice feed. Great teamwork there by the Beavers. Action moving to one side of the goal, offside. Number 28, Ben Dill, once again doing a great job of moving off ball. And the teamwork is there between Squires and Dill, as it was evident last week. Here you can see Squires hands free, gets double teamed on the slide, but there's Dill just on the crease. The ball's just not in his stick long enough for Yaldesian to find it before it's on its way into the back of the goal. That is a hat trick for the big attackman out of Sunset High School. And already 4 assists for the PNCL leader, an assist, number 16, Ryan Squires. So the Beavers doing a good job of picking up where they left off yesterday, and after their 21-goal output versus the Huskies on this field yesterday afternoon. Once again, Dill with the ball. Dill to Squires. Squires up top, where Burby will move the ball up top to Jansen. Jansen Levin. LSM Carpenter off the field, where short stick Rotenberg once again enters play. Burby with the ball, going right-handed down the alley, redirects, looks up top to his left, where it looks like Rotenberg was going to step into that shot, but moves it one more time to Levin. Levin, couple rollbacks, changes direction, but real nice midi defense there. That was number 24, Ryan Seidel. Actually, last year, Ryan, not surprising to see some great midi D. He was a second-team all-conference short-stick midi defenseman last year in the WCLL. Rotenberg with the spin, hands free. Tries to slide one low past Yaldizian, but Micah does a great job holding his pipe, keeping that ball out of the cage. And in the ensuing pile, Rotenberg finds himself in the crease, which is a violation, so we're going the other way. Squires tries a great rusty gate check, unable to dislodge the ball from Bowden, however. Bowden continues on, puts a real nice bounce shot from outside. Just great placement on that shot. Bowden, real nice individual effort to get that ball from his defensive end all the way up to past midfield, puts the shot on Widmer to make the score 8-4 here in the second. Couldn't ask for much better placement on that. That's a lot to ask of the goalie on that shot, Chris. Okay, 4:09 left here in the second. Beavers holding to an 8-4 score. Heron off to take the face-off. Looks like he's matched up against number 15 this time. That was Jack Peterson out for another face for the Wildcats. That one's going to go the Beavers' way. Squires will see what they've got before he slows it down and returns the ball on a bad pass up top to Heron. But the Beavers might luck out, and they do. That was number 15. Jack Peterson was unable to, I think he might have been surprised by that pass coming to him and unable to make the catch, so the Beavers dodge a bullet. Keep possession. Rotenberg with the ball up top, met by number 7, Robbie Blethen. Rotenberg goes left, rolls back right, gets hands free, but on the slide, that was Matthew Jordan doing a nice job of making the block for his goalie on the slide, but thought that he had scooped it, run out of bounds, but they just wanted him to come back and start on the whistle. So that is number 7, Robbie Blethen, trying to make his way through traffic, and he was unable to do so. Ball's loose. Reed Oliver comes up with it. Reed's got his head up, looking for some help. No one's there, but he keeps his feet moving. Where he finds Squires. Looks like Squires has some room. He's going to let it go. Nice job by Yaldizian tracking that ball high to high, making the save. So, Chris, looks like Yaldizian's heating up a little bit in goal. He's kind of getting the speed of the games coming to him, and he's feeling a little more comfortable in there.
Absolutely. You got two good goalies, and I think they're both starting to get locked in. You know, they're not giving up any easy ones, and definitely gobbling up a lot of those high stuff when there's a lot of time, and they're just being able to track the ball.
So we got a procedure call here real quick. Might have been an offsides call because that wasn't a timing call in the clear, but it's a quick turnover to the Beavers. They were not able to take advantage of the quick start, and we balled back to the Wildcats where Yaldizian tries to hit the quick pass to Olmos. Can't come up with it, and the Beavers, Reed Oliver, wisely scoops it up and redirects it back to his goalie, Nick Widmer. Widmer's got an open defenseman here in Stevens. Stevens up to number 33, Roy Jarman. Jarman wisely dumps it off to Squires and returns to his defensive end. Squires on the run, makes an interesting low bounce pass to McCallalad, who scoops that up and puts a shot on. Great hustle by Yaldizian. Now this is a new rule this year, Chris. They don't have to give him time to recover and get back in goal, and it pays. He got burned on that one. In the past, the goalie was given a bit of a 5-second cushion to get himself back in the cage. This year, if you stray too far and you don't get back in time, that's just too bad. Referees are putting the ball back in play as soon as the other team picks up the ball.
Yeah, and a real good job by the officials to start that and be aware of that.
Yeah, you can see here Yaldizian trying to get himself back in, but he just doesn't get himself back in time and get himself set before that ball is headed back the other direction. And Squires adds to his big-time assist total.
Well, Squires on the finish on there. He's up to 6 points on the day.
So Squires' first goal on the second goal on the afternoon. Yep. Thank you, Chris. To go along with 4 assists. So Jamie Squires comes up with the ball. Jamie off to Ben Dill. Dill at X looks to the top. Levin off to Squires. Jamie sends it to his older brother, Ryan, who redirects it up to Jamie. Squires looks at Burby coming in out of the sub box. And then cuts through, clears some space. Jamie can go off the dodge. So give Burby the chance on the dodge, rolls it back up to Squires. Jamie down to Ryan. Ryan with a flip to his brother. Jamie doesn't see anything he liked right away, gets it off to Burby, who breaks to his left. Left-handed, underhand flip to Squires, who sees Dill wide open. Wasn't sure he had enough angle there and was defensed well. But he puts the shot out anyway. Misses the cage, but McCowlad backs it up. And again, off ball, Dill looks like he's floating a little bit away from his defense. I mean, keep an eye on that off ball movement from Dill again. See if he doesn't pop open for a quick goal. There's a trip. Ball's loose. As soon as that's scooped up, we're going to have a whistle. Easy call for the ref there, as number 27, Greg Kurth, got his stick tangled up in the feet of the Beavers. So we'll have a 30-second trip and a second EMO opportunity for the Beavers in the second quarter here. 35.9 seconds left in a very fast-moving second quarter, Chris.
Yeah, the ref's doing a really good job starting this, even with the 6 goals they've gotten scored here, we're moving things along. It's kind of nice with this new change of pace.
It's good for the fans, good for the players. Things are just moving back and forth. Okay, short time left, so the Beavers will essentially finish this half on man up, assuming they don't score right away and clear that penalty out. Looks like they're going to. So Cuneo playing very aggressive out of the zone in the man down, coming out and challenging Heron. Oliver to McCowlad. Ball's behind at X to Squires. Beavers do some shifting. Looks like they're going to shift into a 1-4-1. Oliver up top. In close to Dill on the crease, who has a good job of getting a handle on that, making the catch low at his ankle. Tries to flip it backhanded, misses the cage. But again, backed up nicely, so about 1 second left in the penalty, and then 5 seconds left in our half. So it looks like the Beavs are just going to run this one out. If there's any time left in the penalty at the end, if it was a 1-minute penalty, it looks like it was, I apologize. They will start the second half with a man-up opportunity and about 25 seconds left in that penalty. So we're at the half here at Oregon State University, with the score right now is Chico State 4, and the Oregon State Beavers are at 9. And here at the half, we're going to take a break. You're enjoying the MCLA action here on Lax TV.
This is Bob Clarkson with Davenport University Panthers, and you're watching Lax TV.
Hi, I'm Andy Jolly.
Dave Wakefield.
Clarkson with Davenport University Panthers, and you're watching Lax TV.
Hi, and welcome into Bull Dodge, which should not be confused with Bulge Dodge. That website is probably blocked on your computer. My name is Ryan Heydrich. I'm alongside my good friend, as always, Casimir Morawski. Make sure to check us out at Twitter, at Bull_Dodge. You can tweet us anything you want.
Yeah, this week we want to talk about a little bit about the MCLA poll that just came out. Some teams moved up, some teams dropped out of the poll. So, let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, in the recent weeks, I was actually pretty impressed with the poll. I thought that it was getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on. but I actually think that this week's poll is kind of disappointing. Only 26 coaches voted out of the 30 that signed up to vote, and out of 100 teams in MCLA Division One.
Yeah, I think that's baloney. I think that 26 out of 100 coaches voting, that's unacceptable. I think that the poll is pretty important, especially come Greenville time, and it's important that those coaches vote.
Yeah, and then talking about the coaches did vote. One coach felt the need to vote Arizona State #1 in the nation again. There's no doubt that the Sun Devils are a great team, but to call them the #1 team in the nation right now would be a huge lie.
Yeah, and also I still don't understand why Michigan State's still ranked in the top 15. At number 12, they haven't played a game yet, and also there's teams ranked below them that have won 9 games. It's just kind of there's something wrong there in the poll.
Yeah, the Spartan schedule is pretty weird actually, but we should get a good kind of view on them as they take on CSU this weekend.
Yeah, and another team that really made a big jump in the poll is Georgia Tech. They're a team that is 9-2 so far this year, and they rank below Michigan State, which to me doesn't make sense. But in the they're a team that can really push Virginia Tech in the SCLC this year and make a trip to Greenville.
Yeah, so that's all we got. Make sure to check out our other shows on Lax TV. You can tweet us about Kazi's outfit, my outfit, our hairstyles, our mustaches, or our lack of voice control.
And maybe some lacrosse knowledge, too.
Yeah, there you go. We'll see you next time. See you next time.
Our newest sponsor is Sports Board, creators of the iPad and iPhone-based player assessment solutions that are used for recruiting, season, and camp activities. Sports Board's revolutionary paperless system is used by over 60 men's and women's college programs, is being adopted by club and high school teams. For more information, go to sportsboard-win.com.
Hi, I'm Dave Sanford, head coach at Portland State University. You're watching Lax TV.
Hi, and welcome to everyone's favorite place, the Bulldodge Power Rankings Factory. My name is Ryan Heydrich. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend Casimir Morawski. It's our favorite time of the weekend. Let's get right to it. Let's unveil our top 10 teams in MCLA.
Number 1, we have CSU, defending national champions, and if they're going to be at number 1 until they lose.
Yeah, number 2, we have the Sanford Cardinal coming in. Jack Farr is the MCLA Player of the Month. And the Cardinal have been dominating so far, but they should have a good test on the March 27th when BYU comes into town.
Yeah, speaking of BYU, we have them at number 3. It should be a real test for the Cougars as they play 8 straight ranked teams.
Yeah, number 7, we have ASU. Unlike the coaches poll, where one coach voted number 1, they find themselves at number 7 in our power rankings.
And at number 9, we have Boston College soaring into our poll. The Eagles have been playing well as of late, and we have them at number 9.
Yeah, and Duluth rounds out our top 10. That was our power rankings. Make sure to check out our other shows at Lax TV or here on YouTube. Have a nice day and check us out on Twitter.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here at Student Legacy Park on the campus of Oregon State University. You are enjoying the MCLA lacrosse action on Lax TV, where we are changing the way you follow lacrosse. Today's game action brought to you by Bigfoot Lacrosse, serving Oregon and the Northwest lacrosse community since 2001. At Bigfoot Lacrosse, lacrosse is personal, not seasonal. Keep it personal. Shop outside the box. Back to the action here. Oregon State holding a 9-2 advantage here to start the third quarter. They started the third quarter on an extra man opportunity for a penalty that didn't expire in the second quarter. That penalty has since expired, and we are back to even. Oregon State with the ball, where Oliver takes the ball all the way around the cage at X, comes back up top and feeds the ball to Heron, who gets the ball to Ryan Squires to set up the offense. Folks, while we have a minute, today's game is also brought to you by the folks at Epic Lacrosse. Epic Lacrosse delivers the finest manufactured lacrosse equipment designed to increase playability and maximize performance by using world-class materials and techniques. Developed in collaboration with True Temper Sports, Epic shafts are made from the highest grade materials available. They have tested and retested each design to ensure durability, playability, and performance are optimized. Their goal is simple: to give the player every opportunity to reach their true potential. Epic Lacrosse. Live, play, be. Chris, some quick action while I was reading that PSA. Catch us up on what we missed there.
Looks like the big thing there was Quentin Berger for the Beavers there, getting a really nice shot off, but just missing it off the far pipe there. Beavers looking pretty settled here, picking up right where they left off, getting a lot of great motion in here, and Chico's kind of just chasing them around.
Wow, Squires with a nice dodge. Actually gets free, but puts a shot right on the stick of Yaldizian. Yaldizian picks up with where he left off with a hot hand as he heated up later in the game. So the Wildcats get their first chance to take the ball over in the offensive end in the second half, where number 29, Jordan Myers, moves the ball into the offensive end, sends the ball up top to Ryan Seidel, who's going to get the ball off on a short pass to Willis. Wilsey, I have to get that right. Back to Seidel. Seidel to Myers. Myers behind the cage to Schwepp. Chico setting the offense up from behind the cage, where Cooper Wills will take that dodge from the back right, moving to his left, and he's stood up. Was that Rottenberg on the defense? No, that was number 20.
Tim Gilkey.
Tim Gilkey, the junior out of Tualatin, on the good short stick defense. And in that scrum, the Beavers come up with it. McClellan going to take the ball up the far sideline, where he finds another long stick, Roy Jarman in the middle, who gets the ball up to McCallalad. Adrian redirects the ball back to X, where he finds Ben Dill. Dill still matched up against Matthew Jordan. Reed Oliver matched up with Kyle Brown. Burby moving to his left. Turn around and find Tanner Ploger. They're joined by number 22, Quentin Berger on offense, Adrian McCallalad, Ben Dill, Burby, and Reed Oliver out for the Beavers. This is Burby from the top. Past the pick, right-handed, turns back to his left. Pass to Ploger isn't there, but Tanner's going to take the ball up top and send it over to Oliver, who will set up his dodge. Splits to his left, but nice job on the trail check. That was Kyle Brown doing a great job on defense, but the Beavers stay with it. Loose ball up top, could be trouble. Burby, hands free, does a nice job, but sends it just a couple inches high of the cage. Backed up by Dill, staying here with the Beavers. 11:13 left in the third quarter. Beavers holding a 9-4 advantage. Dill redirects to left hand. Tries the feed to the crease. Unable to connect, loose ball. Where the workhorse from Chico, Curtis Bowden, came up with it. Tried the fancy B2B pass, but there was no one there for it. And we're back to the possession for Oregon State. Dill with the long pass up to McCallalad. Levin to Ploger. Tanner's going to take a drive, split to his right. Once again, Brown playing some good midi D. Burby had a chance, but Cuneo able to put a good push on him, dislodge the ball. So the Wildcats are loose at midfield. Ball quickly down to Bruni. Bruni's going to run behind the cage where McClellan keeps him busy. Chico passes the ball, moves it back up top to Bowden. Bowden, the main face-off midi, also a main offensive midi for the Wildcats. Kyle Brown with the ball. Excuse me, that was Ryan Seidel. Get the ball back up to Seidel. He's Going to chase that pass down, unable to reel that in. We got a loose ball. We got offsides on Chico. Not a little play on there. Called off. Stripped by Frankie Cuneo. And the ball rolls out of bounds. And it's going to be Chico's ball. So almost will bring it in. Beavers got to give him 5 yards. So quick restart, see if the Beavers can use the sideline to push him out of bounds, and they do. So right off the quick restart, the Beavers have numbers if they push it, but Squires wisely decides to settle down. No need to push with a 5-goal lead. Dill will take the ball up to the top right of the goalie. Almost set up the defense on Ploger, but Ploger passes off to Burby. Burby takes the right-handed dodge. Real nice check there by Girth. Able to put the check on, strip the ball, and come up with a loose ball by himself. Gets the ball up to Cuneo, who sends it over to Jordan. Jordan back to Yaldezian on the clear. Yaldezian looking upfield at midfield. Can't get over McAlladad. Adrian almost got a stick on that. But 25, Kyle Brown able to reel that pass in. Step it into the offensive end, get the ball back to X for the Wildcats. Bowden. Switch spots with Olmos. Back up to Brown. Brown's a junior midfielder for the Wildcats out of College Park in Martinez, California. He's got 2 goals and 1 assist on the year. And he once again has the ball. Eduardo Olmos with the ball. Eduardo with a couple goals and an assist on the year himself. Schwepp gets away with the ward. Passes it off behind. Once again up to Olmos. Chico State happy to get a few touches, get their feet underneath him. And ball's behind. We're going to have number 29, Jordan Myers, going to set up his dodge from X. Breaks to his left, runs around the crease. Met well on the slide from McClellan, who dislodges the ball. Widmer comes up with it, but we've got a procedure call, a push, looks like, on the Beavers, which is going to turn that right back to the Wildcats. So nice defense. Unfortunately, on the push, goes right back to Chico State, who's going to try to close this up. 7:45 left in the third, down 9-4. Oh, that's just a great play. No one saw number 8 hiding on the opposite side there. John Bruni does a nice job of sneaking down to the crease, and it looked like that was number 29 on the nice drive. Jordan Myers from X did a great job breaking to his right and finds John Bruni all alone. It's an easy goal for Bruni, just catch and redirect into the cage. Too fast for Widmer to slide all the way across, get his stick up. So Wildcats are able to chip into this lead. It's 7:37 left, a 9-5 game here with the Beavers leading. Heron's going to be back out against Bowden for the face-off, looks like. Close to us, we've got Greg Kurth and Reed Oliver on the wings. Looks like you've got Ryan Seidel and number 23 on the far side. That'd be LSM Ryan Power. Ryan, a California kid playing for the Beavers out of the San Diego area. And Bowden up with a nice face-off to himself. But there's Poor on the LSM doing a nice job fighting for that. And he's able to dislodge it and get it to Reed Oliver. But they're going to give the ball to the Wildcats on some kind of procedure call. So Chico State, and again, an opportunity to chip into this lead as they cannot connect on the pass and get the ball into their offense. So on the turnover, 7:28 left in the third. It's the Beavers' ball. Wisely back to the goalie. Settle things down on the clear. Widmer cross field, unable to make the connection pass. Looked like Stevens turned his head to head upfield before he had possession of that ball, but he's able to recoup. Widmer quickly to Heron, and right on his back right away are the Wildcats, but he somehow loses the ball, but still able to get up that. No penalty on the blow through on the pick. Heron continues to move the ball down to GLE. Thought he had a man open on the crease, forced the pass in, unable to connect, but there's Dill scooping through on the loose ball, settling things down for the Beavers. So we've got Oliver. Looks like Heron back out there. McAllalad, Squires, and Dill on the offense for the Beavers. Got Cuneo, Matthew Jordan on the defense. Looks like number 27, Greg Kurth, still out there playing some LSM. Bowden on the short stick D. Heron turns back to his left. Oliver all the way across. I apologize. I think we've been saying number 36 we thought was Heron today. Good shot by McCallad. Had some time to step in, size that one up, puts a nice shot on, but just hits the pipe. Sends that ball wide. McCallad with the ball again. Ryan Seidel going to D him up. Got a mismatch here with the attackman on the short stick. And we've got a call. McCallad stepped in the crease on that dodge. Quick turnover to Chico. Bowden brings it up the sideline. Squires is going to meet him. Try and redirect him into the sideline. He's getting close. Bowden does a nice job of redirecting to the middle of the field. Flag down. Looks like we got a slash or up high hit. So the Wildcats will once again look forward to an EMO opportunity. McClellan doing a good job of haranguing number 8. Bruni, the latest goal scorer, but Bruni does a nice job of feeding the crease. And that was a nice catch there by Jordan Myers coming from X. Turns and puts a shot, just misses the cage. But with that penalty, Chico retains possession. Had a free shot at the goal on that last one, so now they'll sit into another EMO. Chris, why don't you, I didn't catch a look at that penalty. What are we looking at here?
Looks like Reed Oliver just got called for a hold with that check going over the top, kind of pulled his shoulder back, so Chico will be man up for 30 seconds here.
So it looks like we got number 7, Robbie Blethen, out there on the EMO. Jordan Myers, Curtis Bowden, got almost out there. Looks like Bruni, who has the ball, and that would be the other freshman, Cooper Wills, behind the cage with the ball. 30 seconds, moving around for a quick shot. Bowden up top. Myers back to almost behind. Gets to Cooper. You hear the clock running out. Penalty's released, but the shot is off. That's going to go down as an even goal with the penalty being released. However, you're not even until that midi gets down there, so that technically is an EMO goal scored by the Wildcats, which is going to make this game 9-6, tightening things up with 4:56 left in the third quarter. Chris, the Wildcats are leading the Beavers in EMO opportunities, and they're capitalizing. The Beavers have to do a better job of staying out of the penalty box, because that's where they're starting to have their lead chipped away at.
Absolutely. Chico coming out, down 5 goals at the half, but, showing a lot of great composure here, putting, 2 on. Really not in too much of a hurry. They're getting some nice, more settled looks. It seemed like in the first they were a little bit more, willing to push the ball and really weren't getting past Widmer much.
And there's all kinds of time. 4:56 left in the third. We've got a full quarter to go, so this game is still up in the air. Nice job by Levin on the faceoff. Pops it back to himself, scoops it up. The Beavers will look to get a good possession and start putting some distance between them and the Wildcats once again. At 4:43 left in the third quarter. Dill gets the ball at X. A poke by Jordan. Looked like it may have created a bad pass, but the Beavers maintain possession. Where Levin looks cross field waiting for Ploger to enter from the sub box. Tanner back to Jansen. Levin rolls back to the crease where there are 3 Wildcats waiting for him, so he wisely gets rid of the ball. Burby directs it back to Levin all the way to the other side where Dill takes the ball from X. He's got McCallad on the far side. Squires back up top. Back to Levin. Levin splits to his left. Change of speed. Rolls back to his right. Ball's back up top. Ploger unable to catch that pass, and we're going back the other direction. Nice job by Mike Peck to scoop that ball up. Little trouble here on the clear. Doing a nice job of the Beavs by riding. Ball's loose. And it looks like Levin comes through that traffic with the ball. Probably going to be, well, Levin picked up the ball, so that it's going to be a push on Chico, so we're going to go Oregon State. Squires with the ball on the far sideline. Passes the ball up top where Rottenberg moves thought he was coming down to McCallad, but he moves it back to Burby. Burby rotates back up where McCallad is inverted, and a big shot right in the back of the head. Rotenberg going to have to shake that one off because he was about 2 yards away from a high windup from McCallowlad, and he took that one right off the back of the helmet. So a quick timeout by the official. Error on the side of safety. Have the coaches take a quick look at Rotenberg, make sure he's okay. So McCallowlad start with the ball. Yaldesian's top right. As Chico sets up the defense. Burby, Dill, McCallowlad, Ploger, Squires, and Reed Oliver out for the Oregon State offense. Burby, left-handed, looks to the crease, nothing there. Rotates back up top. Reed Oliver down to Squires. Squires pressured by Cuneo. Looks to the crease. Burby wanted that one. He feels like he's wide open. Had time to plant his feet, but Squires holds off. Redodges. Takes a nice slap from the defenseman. He's going to go ahead and try and get that through traffic. That would have been a tough shot for Yaldesian. There was a lot of legs in front of him. Misses the cage where Dill backs it up. Squires again, low angle, misses wide right. Maintain possession here with Oregon State. 2:23 left in another fast-moving quarter, Chris. Dill looks up top. McCallowlad switched sides of the field. He's now on the goalie's left at the GLE position. Burby reaches up high, able to get that pass in. Ploger redirects, unable to connect where McCallowlad had once again switched sides of the field. Squires not able to chase that down before it rolls off that blue line. We've got a turnover going back the other direction, so Yaldesian will set up the clear from his goal. Passes the ball far side to the all WCLL defenseman Cuneo, quickly up to the short stick. Seidel, under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Seidel easily over midfield. Gets the ball into the box where Schwepp gets the ball back to Myers. Jack Peterson into the game once again, who gets the ball back to Seidel. Blake Brousseau getting another run in the game. Number 36 for Chico. Looks like he's going to move down to the right. Go down the alley where he moves the ball back. Myers spins it around to X. Bruni moves it up top to Brown. Back up top to Brousseau. Brousseau thought he might think about that right-handed dodge, but he redirects, comes to his left. Kyle Brown will take a run. Moves down to his left. Kyle moves behind the cage to X. Short time here, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Kyle does a nice job of moving in and curling around that crease, but Widmer does a really nice job of holding that pipe on the low angle shot and taking that one off the shoulder, getting back into the action. So the Beavers here, 29 seconds left. Jarman over midfield, chance to maybe go to the cage with short time, 20 seconds left. He's looking for a short stick. He's going to go ahead, keep moving, and it looks like the Beavers is going to take a timeout. Take advantage of this with just under 17 seconds left in the third quarter. We've got a good game here, folks, on Lax TV with a score of 9-6. You're enjoying the MCLA action on Lax TV. So while we've got a chance here during the break, mentioned that Widmer had a nice save on that last shot, kind of get himself back up to speed. What do we got for saves here on the day for both goalies, Chris?
Again, both the goalies doing really well. Widmer just picks up his 8th save, just with the 6 against, and then Micah in cage for Chico's up to 9 saves already. And again, we're kind of starting to see them locking in. Of course, Chico now in the third quarter there kind of goes to more of a zone set there, and the Beavers kind of struggling to kind of crack that. And that's not always a bad idea, even though you're down when you got a netminder like that who's really locked in. Try and force some of those outside
definitely
shots.
Seen the Beavers were settling for some outside shots, kind of taking the first shot instead of working for the best shot. So you're going to need to get back to work and bust that zone. And the riding game is a big issue. Both teams are riding pretty well. The clears, you turn that over, that's an opportunity for a quick odd man situation heading the other direction.
Absolutely. Still a little sloppy between the boxes, but both teams looking to take advantage of that. Although Chico, we are starting to see, once they do clear the ball, they are starting to kind of settle down more.
So short time here. We're even, 6-on-6. Oregon State with the ball. 17 seconds left approximately here in the third quarter. We'll see if Oregon State what they set up in the timeout for a quick shot. Squires drives from X. 10 seconds. Ball's behind to Dill. Dill tries to turn the corner, but just like we saw Widmer do on that last shot, Yaldizian does a great job of holding that pipe and stuffing Dill on the low angle shot from the GLE position. So that's going to do it here after 3 here at Oregon State. The Oregon State Beavers are leading the Chico State Wildcats by a score of 9-6. You are enjoying the MCLA lacrosse action here on Lax TV.
Kaz, you like lacrosse?
Hell yeah.
Well, I love lacrosse. That's why you should keep it here on Lax TV. Check out our new show called Bull Dodge.
And check us out on Twitter at @bull_dodge.
See you over there.
Our newest sponsor is SportsBoard, creators of the iPad and iPhone-based player assessment solutions that are used for recruiting, season, and camp activities. SportsBoard's revolutionary paperless system is used by over 60 men's and women's college programs, is being adopted by club and high school teams. For more information, go to sportsboard-win.com.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back, folks, here at Oregon State. We are here to start the fourth quarter of MCLA action with the Oregon State Beavers leading the Chico State Wildcats. And again, folks, today's action brought to you by Epic Lacrosse. Epic Lacrosse delivers the finest manufactured lacrosse equipment designed to increase playability and maximize performance by using world-class materials and techniques. Developed in collaboration with True Temper Sports, Epic shafts are made from the highest grade materials available. They have tested and retested each design to ensure durability, playability, and performance are optimized. Their goal is simple, to give the player every opportunity to reach their true potential. Epic Lacrosse. Live, play, be. All right, back underway in the fourth. Oregon State holding a 9-6 lead. As we mentioned, these quarters are flying by, Chris. Not a lot of stoppage of play, so Chico's got to take advantage of these possessions while they have them. See if they can chip into this lead. Oh, Widmer does a nice job of stepping out of his cage, intercepting that pass from Chico, getting a little lazy. Widmer with a heads-up play. Rotenberg gliding over midfield, gets the ball into the Beavers' offensive end, but he's still got to touch it in, which he does. And Chris, we mentioned a great pace of play here. We'll once again thank our umpiring crew, doing a great job. Head referee Mike Wadsworth, our umpire Craig Poole, and our field judge Bobby Weir, keeping things flowing nicely today. So Oliver quickly beats his man out of the sub box for a quick fast break. Lanson puts it right on him, or excuse me, Jansen Levin puts it right on him, but he's unable to get a shot off as Chico recuperated and slid nicely to that fast break. Rotenberg breaks right, comes back left, where Burby circles back to his left. And again, Jansen Levin breaks to his left. His hands are free through traffic, does a nice job of putting a good shot on the goalie. But Yaldizian there once again to keep the door shut. But here comes Big Ben Dill, and from behind GLE just glides in, and just as he approaches GLE, steps above, and I think he was able to just feed that ball inside the tight inside pipe and shoulder of Yaldizian. See if we can get another look at that. If not, that puts Oregon State up to a 4-goal lead, 13:09 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, good look here right at Ben's fourth goal on the day. Just, again, beats his man, fearlessly enters the crease there. And
takes the hit, gets the glory. Oh, illegal procedure there. False start by number 17, Levin, on the faceoff. So right away, ball to the Wildcats. And Chris, one of the new rules this year, which we've mentioned in the past, is that faceoff rule. A year ago at this time, Levin would be running off for a momentary EMO opportunity for the Wildcats, but now a false start on the faceoff. You are given 2 opportunities to make a mistake in the half. The third one is a 30-second penalty. And it seems to be another rule that's helped the pace of play in the game. So Rotenberg takes the big slash and again just weaves his way, just kind of floating through traffic, and he wants the flag that he didn't notice it was already down behind him. So now we've got 2. Might be an offsides, and there is an offsides to go on top of that, pushing the back. So big opportunity here for the Beavers. Not only are they going to get this look at the cage, but they're going to go at least 1 man, if not 2 man up for the next possession after this. So a free opportunity until the ball is either out of bounds or picked up by the Wildcats. Rotenberg was being defensed well. Berger with the ball. Looks like Berger's getting some playing time that would have gone to Kaczynski last week. We saw injured against Sonoma State. Thought he was going to be okay today, but it looks like he's only in on the EMO, Chris.
Yeah, very, very little time work there.
And unfortunately, that 2-man opportunity is going to fall to a 1-man opportunity because after the whistle, Squires went in a little aggressively and put a heavy slash on number 5, Frankie Cuneo. So the Wildcats are bailed out here. Instead of facing 2 men down, it looks like they're going to be going 5-on-4, Chris, for probably part-time, if not the entire time of this upcoming penalty. But we're going to watch the refs as they move over to the sub box, which is across from us today. So we'll try to get a good call for you here. But we know we have the slash on Squires, and we've got to push at midfield and offsides. We just don't know if they're on the same person for Chico. Looks like 1 player for each in the box. Chris, can I see that right from here?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here too, John. So it probably should be 5-on-5.
3 penalties. Okay, so it looks like Schwepp was the guilty party for the Wildcats with a push and an offsides call. But instead of being man up, the Beavers will be on a 5-on-5 situation because of the slash by Squires at the end of that play. So we'll have to see with the 2 penalties on Schwepp, see if one goes longer than Squires 1 minute. So the Beavers might come out of this with, we got 2 30s and a 1. Okay, so we've got even time here down for this penalty, but the field opens up a little on the 5-on-5, more room to move. Could be advantage to the Beavers if they're able to get the ball in their offense. They've been moving the ball well.
It'll be interesting to see what Chico does here. Obviously, down a few goals, wouldn't mind picking one up. Now, knowing, though, that if they do score with a lot of time left, they are going to be facing a man-down face and then potentially a man-down
You're right.
penalty as well.
A lot of factors in this penalty situation here.
And plenty of time left in the game still with 11 and a half here to go.
So Kyle Brown splits to his right, met by McClellan on the slide, but turns back to his left hand, maintains possession. Off to number 36, that's going to be Blake Brousseau. Off to Olmos. Almost behind the cage to John Bruni. Looks like they are joined by number 29, Jordan Myers, on this 5-on-5. We've seen Olmos set up as the Dodger, so we've got penalties released. And big windup from the outside, but once again, that's Nick Widmer's breadbasket. Give him all day to watch that high windup, high to high outside. Does a nice job of making the stop on that. So quickly down to the offensive end, the Beavers get the ball to their leading scorer, Ben Dill, leading goal scorer. Dill wrapped up by number 10. Matthew Jordan doing a nice job of keeping Dill busy, getting that ball dislodged. but that was Squires there to scoop up the ground ball, keep possession where the Beavers will take it up top, where Oliver gets past his man, puts a shot on, does a nice bounce shot. Did a nice job of getting to his right, got past the defenseman, tucked that stick in and protected it, and did a nice job of maintaining protection of his stick and not hanging it back for that trail check, Chris. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, quite a nifty move he puts on him here.
11-6 is the score.
So he got him 5-hole on the hard bounce shot. So that'd be Oliver's first goal of the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. The junior midfielder. Oliver was a 2011 honorable mention all-conference player. And back to the face. Fight for the loose ball. And Dill steps out to recover that. There was no possession, and Dill scooped that up about 5 yards ahead of the box. Did I miss something there, Chris?
You know, I did hear a ref call it, but it didn't look like anyone really had it.
Yeah, okay.
The trail official hadn't heard anything, but I think the official here in the center had called possession. So
you got me on that. I missed the possession call. So McCallad behind the goal. Under 10 minutes in the game. Beavers holding to a 5-goal advantage here at 11-6. Seemingly in control, but we know how fast things can change on lacrosse, Chris. So McCallad takes it from GLE to Yaldizian's left. Sets it up back at X where he's going to find Squires, back where he was just standing to the left of the goalie. McCallad takes his eye off it, but it's going to be under fire from Matthew Jordan. But they settle things down to Rotenberg, up to Oliver. And our mystery number 36, who we still have to figure out who that is. So quick feed up top where Adrian steps into that one. And it looked, by the way, Yaldizian flinched that he might have gotten a piece of that. But either way, ball went wide. Back in for the Beavers at X, where Oliver takes it up top. He's looking to the crease. Tough try. Oh, Rottenberg, get that. That's just an unfortunate bounce for Chico State because that pass was meant for the crease where they were unable to connect, and that deflection just landed right in the stick of Rottenberg, who is the wrong man to catch that if you're the goalie standing 6 yards out on the crease. So let's take another look at that one. And we've just been informed that 36 is Ryan Herron. So we apologize to Ryan for getting that wrong all day. I think he switched numbers somewhere after we made our roster, so we'll have to get that corrected. And that was Ryan Herron that the pass was meant for in the crease. And that deflection landed right in Rotenberg's stick, who was in position with his feet planted, ready to go. So good break for the Beavers. Pulls it up to a 12-6 lead, and a bad pass from Chico. He's going to turn it right back to the Beavers. So just what they don't need with 8:35 left is to give the Beavers another chance to add to this lead, Chris. Better watch his back. So Burby to 11. Chris, I expect the Beavers to be a little bit more patient, more deliberate with their offense at this point with a 6-goal lead and 8:15 left.
I would imagine so, John. There's really no reason at this point to really be trying to push the ball. You got to make Chico come out and play at this point, up this many goals.
Well, maybe we'll see our first stall warning of the afternoon. Another new rule in the game at the college ranks. If the officials, it's kind of, oh, what a great over-the-head check by Cuneo, 2 in a row. Just putting on a clinic. Fine defense by the WCLL first team defenseman. Burby doing a good job of the ride, but he's lucky he didn't get a penalty with that stick up on the neck of the Chico player. But we're seeing some good defense at both ends here. That's another nice job by Roy Jarman to dislodge the ball from Chico. So a little defensive play on both sides, and that's just a nice heads-up play in the middle on the quick stick. Levin, knowing that he was about to be met by the Chico midfielder, just quick sticks it off to the right where Burby's able to track that down, and the feed goes back to Levin, who's rewarded on the play, and flag comes down because afterwards a little frustration shown by Chico. It was a kick or a push by someone, after the goal scored. So Chico not only giving up that 13th goal, they're going to start this next possession on a man down. So a little frustration after a long road trip. Looks like it's settling in for Chico, Chris.
Yeah, you don't like the extracurricular stuff there. Yeah, I think
it was
Curtis Bowden coming in really hot.
A little aggressive, just a half step late. I was worried that it looked like Yaldizian actually had kicked Lanson when he landed in the crease, but he did not do that, which is good to see. Okay, so we've got Ryan Herron with the ball.
So the Beavers will be man up here for 1 minute on the cross check there.
$7:10 left, and we saw Cuneo being aggressive on that top position from the man down unit. Let's see if he continues that. Oh, but Berger does a nice job of just stepping up and filling that open space, getting a shot off before Chico can recover. Yaldizian does a nice job chasing that ball, but the Beavers maintain possession. Calalad steps in, redodges to his right, nice save. That was a low to high shot, tough one for Yaldizian, but does a nice job of blocking that shot. Squires to Berger. Berger, push from behind with possession. No call. Oliver dumped from behind by Cuneo. Gets away with that one, but Beavers maintain possession. Still on the man up. Squires comes around from X, redirects up to McCallalad, unable to get the pass. Oliver comes up with it. Cuneo all over him. Oh, McCallalad had slipped into that crease position, and he was there for the pass, but that was just a great play by Greg Kurth. LSM slipping in, reading that pass, and intercepting it right at the last second. But once again, Chico unable to take advantage of that turnover. Get it all the way down to the offensive end and give it right back to the Beavers with 6 minutes left in the game. Nick Widmer gets the ball up to the Squires, who's going to find number 30. Riley Stevens takes the ball over midfield, steps it into the box and dumps the ball off to Berger. Berger, Dill with the feed to the front. Thought that might have dribbled in, but Carpenter unable to get his hands free. Chico doing a nice job of keeping him busy and unable to get that pass caught and redirected into the cage. So Chico being real sloppy with their clears. Once again, fight for the loose ball. Chico came up with it, but having trouble getting into the offensive end. That is a good hit by McClellan, timed perfectly, shoulder to shoulder, clean hit. Turns the ball over on the hit from McClellan. Ball rolls out of bounds, going to give the ball back to the Beavers. That's 3 times in a row. Stevens once again going to step over midfield. Beavers stay onside. Stevens down to Berger. Berger's going to take the run at X, redirects to his left hand, rolls back. But Jack Peterson doing a nice job. Jack Peterson looks like he's picked up a long stick now, playing in some D after we've seen him facing off and playing some short stick mid. So Herron with the blocked shot. But the Beavers keep it going. Look like Peterson got a little lost there playing that long stick D, and Herron was just able to circle around, get free behind him with his head turned. And that's an easy goal for the Beavers. 14-6. Here at the replay, you can see everyone's attention, Chris, gets directed to X.
Yeah, a little bit of tired legs out there on the defense, possibly. Good cut by Herron.
Yeah, everybody was watching Dill behind the cage. Herron just had free range to move, finds the open spot, smart play, smart feed, quick goal for the Beavers.
Well, rightfully so, probably watching Dill. He's been having one heck of a ball game, too.
Ryan Squires and Ben Dill came in jostling back and forth for the leading scoring position for OSU. We'll have to see when the day's done where they end up. Ryan has been leading the team in assists, and Ben, as you can see, has been pumping in the goals. So Bowden up with that face-off for Chico, who's got their work cut out with them. 4:29 left in the game. They're facing a 6-14 deficit. Seidel with the ball. Defense by Levin. McClellan waiting for the slide. Nice job there. That's Joshua Bertoli, a freshman defenseman. Another California for the Beavers, stepping in and intercepting that pass. Beavers almost turn it over on the clear, but Levin scoops it up and hits Burby on the run with a good pass, who's got a head of steam, and he's moving into the offense where Squires is going to get that pass and line it up. But once again, Matthew Jordan steps in front of that shot, takes the block for his keeper. But Dill fighting for that loose ball, but there's Jordan. Comes up with it for Chico. Into the capable stick of Cuneo. Frankie playing a nice game today. Bowden does a nice job getting past Squires at midfield. 3.5 minutes left. So Chico on the doorstep. Gets a nice shot off, but unable to put that on the cage was Kyle Brown. Was that Kyle Brown, or that was Jordan Myers on the shot. And behind the cage comes 33. Connor Gooden getting a run in the game for the Chico. Connor, one of the many freshmen that we have made mention of for the Wildcats today. Here we're up top to Bowden, who's just going to stand and put some heat on that one and see how he does. Misses the cage, but backed up by Chico. Curtis had some mustard on that shot, but not on the cage. So Schwepp's going to bring the ball in from X, where he is de-sticked by number 3. Logan Hart into the game for the Beavers. But on the loose ball preceding that, it's going to go back to Chico. So Chico's going to maintain possession here for another opportunity with 3:15 left in the game. Jordan Myers at the ball. Marked by number 40, Joshua Bertoli. Ball up front quickly to number 4, Bowden, who slides into a good shooting position. Catches the nice feed down around his ankles, keeps the stick low, goes low to beat Widmer for the first time in a few minutes. But that does make the score 14-7. Glimmer of hope. 3 minutes. Not a lot of time, but it's lacrosse. Anything can happen. Okay, so number 15 going to be back out. Jack Peterson back with a short stick, back out for the midfield face-off. Looks like OSU is going to return with Heron. Peterson's going to be called for laying on the stick, and we're going white. So Oliver quickly up with the ball. 2:55 left in the game. See if Oregon State's happy with 14 or if they want more. Oliver with the ball, top right, top center to Heron. Joined by Berger on offense. Looks like number 6 has entered the game. David Walsh, sophomore attackman out of Tigard, getting some playing time for the Beavs. As well as number 32, Ryan Heron. Drive from X, Squires to Oliver. Right-handed dodge down the alley. He's going to put the shot on. Running out of angle, somehow puts that ball. And looks like Yaldizian at the last second came off that pipe, split his legs, and that ball went 5-hole. And that's going to, here we go, Chris, what do we got?
Looks like Heron just, on a great dodge, really putting his body into 15 there. And, yeah, like you were saying, just right at the last second. I don't know if Yaldizian wasn't expecting that shot to come.
Like Yaldizian was thinking high, reached up, legs separated just enough for that ball to go bouncing through for goal number 15 for the Beavs. So 2:01 left in the game. Levin still fighting, coming up with that loose ball off the face-off. It's like Tanner Thaman. Long stick midi for the Beavs, getting a run.
The flag is down, John.
Flag down. Ball off to the right, where 11 redirects up, and now that is going to be number 32, Ryan Heron. Heron looks like he's setting up the right-handed dodge, gets the alley. Oh, Peterson tries to go over the top. It's a big guy to try to go over the top of. Jamie Squires once again into the game, rolls back to his right, gets his hands free, puts a shot on, backed up by his brother, who feeds it back up top to Heron. Oh, Heron looked to get that shot off, but that was a nice job of sliding over by Matthew Jordan to block that shot, get the ball on the ground, get the stoppage of play. But that's going to be the Beavers, Chris, going on another EMO with 1:08 left in the game. So it looks like they could finish this one out with the extra man.
It looks like it's going to be a 30-second hold on Chico. So.
Okay. So not quite all of it. Again, we'll see if they're happy with 15 or if they just want to run this one out and pack it up and go home. 11 to Heron, joined by Jamie Squires, Ryan Squires, Quentin Berger, and number 6, David Walsh on the EMO. Berger's going to wind that one up from close. Great save by Yaldizen on the doorstep. Terrific low save on close shot. And we're back over midfield. Chico's got one more chance to push the situation and get a shot on cage here with 38 seconds left. And that was 29. Jordan Myers doing a nice job at turning the corner, but lost the ball on the check, and the Beavers throw it away out of bounds with 29.5 seconds left. So the work not quite done yet for Oregon State. Looks like they're going to face at least one more shot. We've got Squires and Jansen Levin back on midi D. Kyle Brown breaks to his right, comes back, rolls to his left. He's got his hands free. Ball's dislodged by number 40. Bertoli does a nice job of coming up with the scoop. 6 seconds left. Jamie Squires looks like he's going to be able to run this one out. Takes a brush to the head, dumps it off to his brother, and that's going to do it. So that's win number 7, 8 in a row for the Beavers. 7.
Yeah, 7 in a row. They're going to take that win streak
ranked
down
number
south.
20th for the first time in the MCLA. Looks like the Beavers are going to keep on moving up in that poll, as they've got now coming up on their schedule games that you would look at least on paper, that the Beavers should win. They're going to be at Loyola. They've got a road trip down to California with spring break. At Claremont, they're going to host Portland State and Boise State, all before their big matchup on the 20th against Oregon. That Civil War game this year is going to be played up at Westland High School outside of Portland. That's going to be a big one. We're going to have that one on Lax TV for you folks, so you definitely want to tune in. Anytime the Beavers and the Ducks get together, it's a good one. So, Chris, thoughts on the game after this afternoon?
You know, really good job out of both teams. Obviously, Oregon State coming out as the ranked team, you know, the heavily favored that we were expecting. But, you know, Chico continued to battle, even down, you know, 9-4 at half. But, you know, came out, kind of switched things up on defense with the good zone. You know, we're able to hold the Beavers empty in the third there. But, you know, and then the fourth, you're not too sure where was it a legs issue. You know, we were kind of commenting on that again. Chico with a really short bench and didn't seem to be using all 24 guys out there with a lot of young guys. But
well, and again, you got a team with, as we mentioned to start the broadcast, 13 freshmen and 4 sophomores who got a ton of playing time. 71% of your roster is underclassmen. Hats off to Chico. They've got a really tough schedule. They came up to Oregon, faced 2 tough teams. You know, we had mentioned in the past, Oregon State oftentimes is the little brother to Oregon. You come up here, you knew you got to deal with the Ducks. Well, now you've got to deal with both teams. Oregon State's a program on the rise. A lot of these freshmen that are showing up at Oregon State for Chad Stelling are more experienced than any of the players he's ever had. So that will continue to grow as the sport gains popularity out here on the West Coast. But yeah, we mentioned Oregon State's schedule. Chico's schedule is rough coming up the rest of the way. After this weekend, they've got 5 games left. 3 of those games are going to be against top 20 opponents, including that number 15 team we saw, Sonoma State. And the surprise to the MCLA, Chris, really is that Stanford Cardinal team at number 3, undefeated at this point. Last I saw, I don't know what their schedule was this weekend. But then Chico's got to end the year against number 18, Cal Poly. So that WCLL schedule is a tough one for all those teams. But came up here, came up north, put up a good battle. Oregon State looking good, looking forward to that Civil War down the road. I know you and I will be doing together. So folks, make sure you check out Lax TV. You can see here our upcoming schedule. We're going to have the Oregon-Idaho game at 1 o'clock on Saturday the 6th. We've got Portland playing Chris's Western Oregon Wolves at 8 o'clock on a night game on the 12th. And then that big matchup we mentioned there on the 4/20, the 20th, Saturday at 7 p.m. at Westland High School. That's where you want to be for the Oregon State game. So, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you check out laxtv.com. Check us out at Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on YouTube. Plenty of replays, plenty of game action here on Lax TV, where we are changing the way you follow lacrosse. We will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.